Gunai. Actually, it's Gunai in Sanskrit. Bengali would be Gunai, but Sanskrit is Gunai. Gunai. By transcendental qualities. Akyasyate will be called. Rama. By will give all happiness and friends by his transcendental qualities. Therefore he will be known as Rama. And because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, he will also be known as Bala. Moreover, because he unites two families, Vasudev's family and the family of Nanda Maharaj, he will be known as Sankarshan. Baladev was actually the son of Devaki, but he was transferred from Devaki's womb to that of Rohini. This fact was not disclosed. According to a statement in the Harivansha, Pratyuvacha tato Rama sarvanstan adivaks vitam yada veshvapi sarveshu bhavanto mama balabha. Gargamuni did disclose to Nanda Maharaj that Balaram would be known as Sankarshan because of uniting two families, the Yadu Vansha and the Vansha of Nanda Maharaj, one of which was known as Kshatriya and the other as Vaishya. Both families had the same original forefather, the only difference being that Nanda Maharaj was born of a Vaishya wife, whereas Vasudev was born of a Kshatriya wife. Later, Nanda Maharaj married a Vaishya wife, and Vasudev married a Kshatriya wife. So although the families of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev both came from the same father, they were divided as Kshatriya and Vaishya. Now Baladev united them, and therefore he was known as Sankarshan. Shigagauvacha ayam Rohini putro ramayam suvito gunai akyasyate Rama iti balarika balang vidu yadunam apikakbavat sankarshanam ushamyapi. Gargamuni said, this child, the son of Rohini, will give all happiness to his relatives and friends by his transcendental qualities. Therefore he will be known as Rama. And because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, he will also be known as Bala. Moreover, because he unites two families, Vasudev's family and the family of Nanda Maharaj, he will be known as Sankarshan. Today we celebrate the happy day of the appearance of Sri Balarama. Balaram Prabhupada says Balaram is exactly like Krishna, only that he is very white in complexion, like Prabhupada says. Like he is as white as a crystal, but having his blackish hair, his beautiful eyes. Lotus is one of beautiful lotus eyes. His pinkish, reddish hair. How to say, the inner part of his hands and the soles of his lotus feet being pinkish. Otherwise, Balaram is very white, like a crystal, whereas Krishna is as blackish as a newly formed monsoon cloud. Some time ago, I read about an artist. An artist, he was trying to paint Krishna, and he did not know exactly how Krishna's color was. I don't remember who this artist was. He was a very special personality, because he asked somebody and this person said, I also cannot describe to you the exact color of Krishna's transcendental body, but Srimati Radharani can. This artist went to Srimati Radharani and she said, just look into my eyes. And he looked into Srimati Radharani's eyes, and there, inside, he saw the form of Krishna. And by this, he understood what Krishna's exact color, what exactly the color of Krishna's transcendental body is. And he was able to paint it the way Krishna really looks. Balaram, he is conscious that Krishna is the source of everything and everybody. But Balaram is exactly as Krishna. He has all the qualities, he has all the he has this Shat Aishvarya. He has all the beauty, the strength, the knowledge, the enunciation, the fame, and which is lacking. Yeah? Well. And he has all the, not wealth, all the opulence. Yes, wealth. It's called wealth. He has all the opulence. Just like Krishna, everything just like Krishna. Only his body is very white, like a crystal, and Krishna is like a newly formed monsoon cloud. And Balaram is the elder brother of Krishna. So sometimes Balaram, he tells Krishna, so Krishna, today is your birthday, so you cannot go playing, you have to stay at home, because we want to celebrate your birthday. And he's the elder brother. That's the relationship. On the other hand, as I mentioned, Balaram knows that Krishna is the origin, and he is the actually, Krishna is the most powerful person. Srila Prabhupada made a sketch for this Krishna Balaram, for the Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan. Prabhupada made a sketch. The deities should be formed like this. Balaram having his hand on Krishna's shoulder. Krishna standing in his threefold bended form, holding the flute in his hand like this. That's how Prabhupada wanted it. And Prabhupada said, so what do you think? Who's stronger? Krishna or Balarama? And the devotees. If I would ask you, what would you say?
Balarama.
Both.
Okay, 50-50 chance. Prabhupada said, actually, it's Krishna. We can see it in the fact that Balarama, he leans on Krishna. Krishna is more strong than Balarama. Therefore Balarama leans on Krishna. Yeah, that's how Prabhupada said it. And that's how we wanted Krishna Balarama being formed, like this, being depicted, like this. These deities, they were standing in the niche, in the corner, behind the Mahaprasadam desk in the Vrindavan, in Krishna Balarama temple. And Suchitra, she was there in Vrindavan with all her sons. And one Maharaji who was living there in Vrindavan, she asked her, wouldn't you like to take these Krishna Balarama with you? They were standing there in the corner. Nobody took care of them. Their clothes were not nice anymore. Nobody worshipped them. They were standing like this, with dust. And Suchitra agreed, oh yes, it would be nice. The sons, they would appreciate it. This relationship of Krishna and his brother, Krishna Balarama. So she asked her spiritual master, and he, for his permit, and he allowed her to take them with her. Govindadev, he painted Krishna Balarama as beautiful like as this. They are always in a very joyful mood. Krishna and Balarama, sorry. They are, when they appear in this world, who was talking about this? I think Govinda Mataji. Or you? I don't know. Krishna, he appeared, Prabhupada said, only 5,000 years ago. Well, for us, 5,000 years ago. It's an eternity for us. Our lifespan is like almost like that of a mosquito. Prabhupada said only 5,000 years. Krishna appears, Krishna as he is, directly from Goloka Vrindavan, together with Balarama. He appears only once in one day of Brahma. So Brahma's day is 1,000 times the 4 yugas, 1,000 times 4 million. Yeah? So that's 1 billion, for 1 billion and so on. That's the day, the night, the same length. And Brahma lives 100 years like this, so it's inconceivable time span, just one day of Brahma. Krishna appears once. He appears in every Dvapara Yuga, but mostly Krishna appears as an expansion of Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, as an avatar. But once he comes directly from Goloka Vrindavan, and as the original Krishna, he's only engaged in enjoying and having fun. But everybody would like to have. Prabhu told the story of one of his god brothers who came from Germany. This person, he was looking for the absolute truth, yes. And so he also went to India. It is said, ex oriente lux. The light comes from the east. In Latin, light ex oriente lux. The light comes from the east. He went to India and he was visiting many temples. Finally he came to the Gaudiya Math temple, and he approached Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj and he said, I would like to become your disciple. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he had a talk with him, and this devotee, he explained to Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, I was looking for the real personality of Godhead, and I saw that in the West, Christianity, God, he's depicted as an old man sitting on a cloud, watching everybody. If somebody does something, he throws a lightning or something, does something to him. He's watching out. And the Bible is as a quote, God said, I, your God, am a revengeful God. Rachsüchtig. I mean, he did something. And this devotee told Bhaktisiddhanta, and I came to India and I saw that there are many temples of Durga, Kali. She is riding on a tiger or a lion. In her many arms she has so many weapons, and with these she kills the demons, holds a head in one hand, demon's head, and she is very busy. Also Lord Shiva, he is depicted as being in trance, in meditation. He is meditating all the time. Also that is actually quite strenuous, quite a work, mentally strenuous. But he said, I see that Krishna, he is simply enjoying. He has nothing to do. He got no work to do. He has no obligations. He's simply enjoying, standing there, playing his flute together with one of his devotees or with his expansion, Balarama, like here. And Krishna and Balarama, they are simply in the mood of being happy, of being blissful. Their bliss comes from the exchange of their relationships to the different devotees, expansions also. So Balarama, I said, Balarama is the one person, is the only personality who has all 5 relationships to Krishna, all 5 rasas. Balarama, he sees himself as a servant of Krishna. He knows Krishna is the origin. He is the elder brother, still he is conscious, being just as conscious as Krishna. He is conscious that Krishna is the origin. So he is in a serving mood. It is said Balarama is God in the mood of a servant. Therefore Balarama is the original spiritual master. Balaram isn't it Shantara, in he serves Krishna and the Shantaras as actually Balaram, he manifests the whole spiritual world for Krishna's pleasure. The land, the water, the trees, everything is Balaram, manifestation of Balaram. Also the Smidangas, they're called Balaram. They're also manifestation of Balaram. Krishna's dhoti, his ankle bells, his ornaments, his crown, all of this is Balaram. Balaram manifests all of this for Krishna's pleasure. In Shantaras, in Dasyaras, yes. Balaram, he's trying to please Krishna in so many ways. And also Sakyaras, of course. As a brother, he is the best friend, he is the closest friend of Krishna. They grew up together, having famous pastimes which become famous all over the world due to the Krishna books being distributed all over the world. Krishna and Balaram, in this verse is described, they appeared. We know the story. Kamsa, the greatest of all demons, he was immensely powerful, very intelligent. He was a great scholar too. He worshipped Lord Shiva. By this from this worship he got all his powers, all his strength, his immense strength. Nobody was able to defeat him. And we know he was driving his at the day of her marriage. Kamsa was driving his sister Devaki and her husband Vasudeva to Vasudev's home, to the palace, to the new home of his sister. When there came a voice from the sky, Kamsa, you fool, you're driving the chariot of the sister, but you don't know that the 8th son of your sister will kill you. Kamsa, being not as humble as a blade of grass or tolerant like a tree, he immediately pulled out his sword, grabbed the hair of his sister, and was ready to chop off her head, because she would be the cause of his death. And Vasudeva, seeing the imminent danger, he tried to save his wife, Devaki, and he talked to his brother-in-law, as it says. He talked to Kamsa in so many ways, by so many arguments. All your fame will be your personality will be discredited if you kill your own sister. Still. And finally he convinced Kamsa. He said, it is not that Devaki will kill you, not your sister will kill you, it will be her son. And I promise you, I give you my word, that I will bring every child that is born of her, I will bring it to you, and you can do with this child as you desire. That convinced Kamsa. He knew that Vasudeva was a man of honor, and that he could rely on his word, that he could believe his word. Okay,
if you say so. He pushed back his sword into the quiver. All right, let's go on. He drove the chariot. And Vasudev, yes, when finally that first child appeared, he brought the son to Kamsa, and Kamsa, he was moved. Oh, you really do it. You bring this baby to me. But he was impressed. Yes, okay. You're a real gentleman, you're a real man of honor. It is said the 8th son will be the cause of my death. So this little guy, you may take him with you home. Take him with you again. No danger from him. So Vasudev, he thanked Krishna and he went back. Narada Muni, so he has a very special role. One of our spiritual masters, he wanted to accelerate the appearance of Krishna. So, Narada Muni, he came to Kamsa, he visited Kamsa. Oh, Narada Muni, welcome. How may I serve you? And Narada Muni told him, well, it is said that the 8th son of Devaki will kill you. But look at it in that way. The 8th son, who knows how many sons she will have. Let's take a tree, for example. Narada Muni said, a tree. The beginning of the tree, you may call the tip of the tree the beginning, or you may call the root of the tree the beginning. Either or. The top or the bottom may be the beginning. And the 8th son, who knows where you start counting, depends on where you start counting. You know, the demigods are tricky. This voice came from the sky. Demigods, you know. You know the demigods. You hate them. Yes, of course, I hate the demigods. And Narada Muni told him, so, these demigods, they took birth already in the Yadu Vansha and in the family, in the village of Nanda Maharaj, the relative of Vasudev. The demigods appeared already, preparing to take over the world, preparing to kill you. Okay, thank you so much. And something like this. And Narada Muni left again. And Kamsa immediately get Vasudev and Devaki here and put them in the dungeon, in the prison. And Kamsa, he killed the firstborn son. Vasudev and Devaki were in this dungeon. Every year one son was born. And Kamsa came, took the newborn child, smashed it to the ground, killed it. 6 sons he killed in this way. What he did not know, in the former life, these sons, these children, these babies, had been his own sons. I don't know exactly the circumstances, but they had been cursed to be killed by their own father. So now they appeared in the womb of Devaki. And Kamsa killed them, not knowing that in the former life they had been his own sons. Finally, the seventh child appeared. He appeared. Devaki, she knew. In a vision she saw that Sankasha, Balarama himself, would appear in her body. And she was jubilant, she was very happy, but she also was very afraid. Oh, Kamsa will also kill this child. Krishna, he called Yogamaya and he told her, you transport this child from Devaki's womb to the womb of Rohini, who was living in Vrindavan, Gokula Vrindavan, in the family of Nanda Maharaj. Rohini is also the wife of Vasudev. Kshatriyas, generally they had several wives. Rohini was one wife. She stayed in the shelter of Nanda Maharaj, who took care of her very nicely, respected her very nicely. She was living there happily, and she got the vision that Balarama would appear in her womb. And so it happened. In the dungeon, the people thought, and Kamsa thought, oh, she had a miscarriage, the child disappeared. But Balarama, he appeared in the womb of Rohini. That in the spiritual world, Rohini is always the mother of Balarama. That is her eternal Leela, being Balarama's mother, Rohini. So one name of Balarama is Rohini Putra, or we know famous Rohini Sutta. So Rohini is actually here in this pastime. Devaki was actually the mother of Krishna, of Balarama, but he was transported to Rohini, and in the spiritual world, in the eternal Leela, Rohini is really the mother of Balarama. I was talking about these relationships of Balarama and to Krishna. Satyara's friendship in Krishna and Balarama, they always enjoy their relationships, their association. They go out, taking care of the calves. One time we were in Vrindavan when the devotees celebrated Gopashtami. That's the day when the small boys get their service of taking care of the calves. When the small boys become cowherds. So Nanda Maharaj, he also presented to the assembly, to the villagers, to his friends, he presented Krishna and Balarama. So here Krishna and Balarama, they will also start to take care of the calves. I even heard that in Vrindavan, every person, every man has to at least 1 year take care of the cows. Otherwise, he's not a real rich person. So also Krishna Balarama, although they were the sons of the king, still they got the duty of taking care of the small calves. There's also this other famous pastime. Okay, let's go on with Sakyaras. They enjoyed their pastimes, taking care of the calves, later on, when they become older, they start taking care of the cows, and they're just having fun, being out there together with their friends, watching that the calves don't run away, bringing them to the place where there's the best grass, fresh grass, abundant grass, on the Govardhan hill, for example, where there is so much water, enough water, waterfalls, wells, enough grass for all the animals and for the boys also. They bring the calves there, they watch them, they spend that, while they're watching the calves, they play on their flutes. They know the names of all the calves, later on the cows, and they love each other dearly. The boys love the calves. There's a very nice pastime I heard from Radhanath Swami. He told in Vrindavan. It is said once, it is described by Jiva Goswami. Once Krishna, when he was taking care of the calves, of the cows, he was already older, he saw one small calf hiding in the corner, being there, alone, afraid. This small calf did not know where his mother was. It was very desperate, very afraid. And Krishna, he went to this small calf. He put his arm around his neck and said, "So, come, let's go, and together we will look for your mother." All right? And the calf became very happy again. And Krishna, he brought this calf to its mother. That wonderfully shows Krishna's nature, how loving Krishna is towards all the living entities. Balaram, of course, also. So, Sakya, they're playing. Krishna and Balaram, they're playing with each other and with their friends. Friendship. Then, Vatsalya Ras. Balaram, being the elder brother, I mentioned, sometimes he's acting like a parent towards Krishna. It is said the older brother should take care of his younger brothers or sisters, just like a parent takes care of the children. So as the elder brother, Balaram, sometimes he has to tell Krishna what he has to do. Krishna, come home finally, stop playing. Your father, Nandamarashi, will not take prasadam until you are there. So he's sitting there waiting, the chapatis are getting cold or something. Come home now, stop playing. Okay, Krishna comes, obeys him. Vatsalya. And there's also even Madhurya. Of course, when Krishna has his Madhurya rasa with the gopis, with his friends, with his female friends, Balaram, he cannot take part in this. He keeps a distance. Said Srimati Radharani, she very much respects him. She's not afraid, but she's very respectful of Balaram, the elder brother of Krishna. So Srimati Radharani, she doesn't. She respectfully avoids Balaram, kind of, because Krishna is Balaram's brother, and Balaram knows what's going on. So Srimati Radharani, she keeps a distance. But Balaram, he also wants to serve Krishna and Madhurya Rasa. So Balaram, he is Ananga Manjari, the younger sister of Srimati Radharani, Ananga Manjari, Srimati Radharani's sister, is Balarama himself. And in this form, as a young gopi, Balarama serves Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. He serves Srimati Radharani, he serves his elder. She serves Ananga Manjari serves her elder sister by helping to decorate her, making all kinds of preparations so that Krishna will appreciate her very much. And in this way, Ananga Manjari, in this way, Balarama has also the relationship of Madhurya Rasa with Krishna. So, this is the relationship of Krishna and Balarama. They are simply happy, enjoying the relationships with all the living entities, with all the personalities in the spiritual world. And when there are some living entities that don't appreciate the association of Krishna and Balarama, they are put into the material world. In the material world, they can make the experience of being free from Krishna. Prabhupada says writes in Bhagavad Gita in the 3rd chapter, when our service attitude towards Krishna turns into the mood of sense enjoyment, when we turn away from Krishna, when our service mood turns into the mood of sense enjoyment, our love for Krishna turns into lust, and then we are placed into this material world and we become angry of Krishna. So Krishna, he has to let us go to this place, and here we don't have Krishna. Actually, we do have Krishna. Luckily, we do have Krishna in front of our eyes. We do have, but all the living entities here, they think they don't have Krishna in front of their eyes, so they can consider themselves to be the greatest. And we come here because of actually a demoniac attitude. Krishna describes, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes didn't want to wake you up. Krishna describes the attitude of the demon. Ishvaroham aham bhogi. I am the controller and I am the enjoyer. That's the mood of the demon. Therefore we come into this world, because we want to be the enjoyer, we want to be the controller, we want to be the greatest, not Krishna. We want ego. Also there's, what's it called? Atma Shuddhi. This meditation we chant before we do the Shila Puja. I'm the eternal servant of Krishna, but because of my bad fortune, I've been inimical toward him since time immemorial. But by the mercy of my spiritual master, I've become the servant of his lotus feet and following his footsteps. The lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prahlad Singha and Krishna Balaram. I'm the eternal servant of, we are eternal servants of Krishna, but we have been inimical toward him since time immemorial. Inimical towards Krishna. Enemies. we have been enemies of Krishna. Just imagine. Enemies. We hated Krishna. We came here because we were envious. Because we were enemies of Krishna. We didn't want to. Enemies, enmity. How sad. Now, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we got the great fortune to again being able to attempt to serve Krishna as good as we can. And Krishna and Balarama, they come here to help us, to assist us. They're showing their pastimes so that we can appreciate, enjoy them, and appreciate their personality, appreciate the personality of Krishna. In his books, Prabhu describes these pastimes so wonderfully. That was the thing I would like to get back to, this, especially this one pastime. Prabhu describes in the Krishna book, when Krishna and Balarama were very small, when they started to crawl, they could not walk yet. They were not able to walk. What a pastime. This pastime, Krishna and Balarama, they only show here in Gokula Vrindavan. In Goloka Vrindavan, they're always 16 years old. And the most beautiful age. But here on this planet, they show these pastimes of childhood, of babyhood. And Krishna, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Controller, the most powerful of all living beings, he cannot walk, and Balarama let him. They start crawling on their hands and knees around, looking at things, being astonished, seeing, perceiving everything as completely new. And they crawl around. Sometimes they pull themselves up a little bit on a chair or on some furniture, piece of furniture. They are able to stand a little bit in this way and look around, proud as can be, can stand already. The parents, oh, very good. Yes, he can stand already. Look at him. And living in a village, they also crawl out of the house. Yesterday, Ananda Krishna Prabhu and Guru they came to us, and Vashama Maharaji, she came with Parvani, her small daughter, and Guru and Kalindi came with Chaitanya Vallabha. Ananda Krishna, he had his small son, Suchandra, and they also, they were crawling around, playing together, baby pastimes. Krishna and Balarama, they were not yet able to walk, and they crawled out of the house. Yeah, and these children, they're also difficult to control. They go out of the kitchen, out of the living room, and they walk to the stairs, walking up the stairs. Suchanda, he was always, yes, walking this way, going to the stairs, walking up. Chaitanya runs after him, follows, doing something, have to do. A man just can't sit around the whole day, so they run around, do things. And Krishna Balarama also, enacting these childhood pastimes. They walk they crawl out of the house, they crawl towards the place where where the calves, where the small calves are. And her parents, the mothers, they have an eye at them. They also go out, watch them, so that not the monkeys may come and do something to them or something like this. A bull may come, do something to them. So, and then they crawl out, watched by their mothers and the gopis, and they crawl to them. And there they see the calves, they crawl to the calves, and they see their legs, and they pull themselves. The calves are eating. They're standing peacefully. Krishna Balaram come and they want to see, and they pull themselves up on the legs, and they hold themselves on the tail of the calves, so they can stand and look. The calves get afraid. What is this on my tail? And they start running away. And Krishna Balaram, they get so afraid, and they hold even faster, hold for their dear life on the tail of the calves. And the calves, they run even faster. And Krishna Balaram, they hold, and they get pulled through the mud. They get pulled through the cow dung. And the gopis and their mothers, they see this, and they call the others, come and watch this. And Krishna, they are pulled all over the area where the calves are living. And finally they let go, and they are covered from head to toe with mud and cow dung. And okay, they had their adventure, and the mothers take them, bring them back home, bath them, clean them, put on new clothes. And Krishna and Balaram, they're just enjoying in this way, having their pastimes, their exchange with their devotees who are acting as their parents. We are so lucky to behold Krishna and Balaram here in the temple. They are so merciful, appearing before us. When I was in Vrindavan the first time, I thought this is the perfect place for chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And then there's Balarama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada says Rama refers to either Krishna or Balaram or Lord Ramachandra, also Parashuram. But here it is wonderful. We chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama before Krishna and Balaram, enjoying their brotherly mood, their wonderful relationship as brothers standing next to each other. Before we really can appreciate this sweetness of the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram, Prabhupada wanted us to also be conscious of the greatness of Krishna and Balaram. Just yesterday I had a class about Prabhupada, and I was doing the puja at home. Prabhupada said, in all the religions, the Christians, the Muslims, Hindus, all of them say, God is great. They all accept the fact that God is great. But actually, do they really know how great God is? I said it. In general, they don't have so much knowledge. They don't really know. Jesus speaks about the kingdom of God as great, God being a great, the king in his kingdom, and all his servants and the whole populace of his kingdom, they're all there in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. Jesus told his disciples, I could tell you much more, I could tell you a lot more, but you will not be able to bear it. So there's not so much. But Prabhupada said, but in the Vedic culture, we are more conscious of the greatness of Krishna. Krishna, his first expansion is not Balarama. Balarama is just as Krishna, only white. And from Balarama expands into Sankarshan. Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. Vasudev Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. From that Sankarshan, again, another quadruple of expansions appear, another Vasudev Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. And then, when it is time for the material, for the matter to be manifested, this Sankarshan expands into Mahavishnu. Prabhupada said in the spiritual world, Krishna is there. From his body, the Brahmajyoti is manifested. And it spreads unlimitedly in the spiritual world. The brilliant light, extremely brilliant. And in this light, the spiritual planets are present. And Prabhupada says, just like in the clear blue sky, from time to time, a cloud may manifest. The water drops, they come together, form some drops, then they become visible. So that is when matter has to be manifested, because there are living entities who don't want to be with Krishna, then the matter has to be manifested. Matter is an eternal energy of Krishna. Just like, let's say, Arjuna has so many arrows, different arrows in his quiver for all kinds of things. So Krishna has so many energies. The material energy is one of his energy. It is not always manifested. In German you say latent. It is in an unmanifested form. Most of the time. So. But from time to time, Krishna has to manifest the matter. And it appears in its most subtle form in the spiritual sky. And this most subtle form of matter is called Pradhan. And then Balarama, he expands himself into Mahavishnu, who lies down in this Pradhan, in this most subtle form of matter. And by his will and by his glance, he gives the time element into the matter. By the time element, the matter starts to interact, and the three modes of nature start to manifest. And then the different material elements manifest. And Mahavishnu, he is lying in this subtle form of matter. And when he exhales, so many universes are manifested from his breath, and they are floating out of the pores of his body. It's described in the Bhagavatam. Prabhupada gives the example, if there's a mosquito net in front of the window, if you look at it, sometimes you may see how very small particles of dust are floating through this mosquito net. Sometimes you see it in the sunshine, a very small, tiny speck, a particle of dust floating through the mosquito net into the room or outside. Similarly, the universe, they are floating out of the pores of Mahavishnu. And nobody, no scientist, whoever can imagine, can fathom the measurements of this universe. Impossible. And this universe, all these unlimited universes, they are like tiny specks of dust floating out of the pores of Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is just an expansion of Lord Balarama. That's how great Balarama is. When we worship the deities, Prabhupada said we should worship the deities on the level of Lakshmi Narayan. We should worship them with a lot of respect and awe, reverence, very careful. But yes, the deities are so beautiful and standing there so innocent and wonderful that naturally, when we chant the Hare Krishna, when we chant Hare Krishna, and trying to serve them in our conditioned ways, we develop attraction for them, and we appreciate their personalities more and more. And in this way, yes, we can develop a relation to Krishna and Balarama and Balarama Singharim and go on time. Okay, I don't want to take your time anymore. Is there any question? Comment?
In the live stream, there's a question.
Here's also, sorry, I don't even know your name. Yes. Sorry, Harinananda Prabhu has.
So the question is, did Balaram and Krishna fight just as normal brothers? Are there any pastime stories about that?
Sorry, I guess you read the Krishna book. I also did. I don't know more about this. Like brothers fight sometimes, not serious, but when the children are small, they embrace each other. When there was Gokula's marriage, Chaitanya was there and Gita Priya was there. And Chaitanya came and he embraced Gita Priya and they fell on top of each other. And girls, they often embrace each other. And boys, when they're little grown up, they're not so much into embracing anymore. But they start and enjoy to fight with each other. I also had a brother, and he was young. And if the boys, they embrace each other, they show their love not by embracing romantically, but by fighting, grabbing the neck of the small brother or the younger of the older, grabbing each other, embracing in this way by fighting, rolling around, laughing, having their fun, showing each other tricks how to grab a person. You see, you say hello, and then he gives you his hand, and then you hold the hand and you put your arm around his neck and you got him. See? As one example. they show each other the tricks how to fight, and they have their Krishna and Balarama also. They might have fought like this, like brothers do, full of love. But that's what I can say. I don't know. Is there mics there?
How should we pray to Lord Balaram on the stage?
You read today that Balarama, his name is Bala, because of his strength, not just, that's what I can think of at the moment, what comes to my mind first. From Balarama is the first spiritual master, and as the spiritual master, he gets his knowledge and his spiritual strength from Balarama. He is the first spiritual master. Without Balarama, we cannot approach Krishna. We need Balaram's spiritual strength to be able to overcome our conditionings. We need the spiritual strength to approach Krishna. This famous verse, what does it mean? Sankirtan verse. Yeah, Subhadho Prabhu.
Your energy is very hard to overcome, but if one surrenders to Krishna, it's very easy to overcome.
Yes, Krishna says this material energy, which is my external energy, is very hard to overcome. Matter is Durga, she's a pure devotee, and she tests us. We cannot overcome her. Actually, we got no chance. Durga is very difficult. Daiviyesha, this divine energy of mind. Daiviyesha, Gunamaya. Mama Maya, Duratyaya, difficult, very hard to overcome. But Mam evaye prapatyanti, Mayam itam tarantiti. But those who surrender unto me, they can very easily get beyond. What was it said? They can very easily overcome.
Cross beyond it.
Cross beyond the material energy. Durga, she's a pure devotee of Krishna, she tests us sometimes, but as said, Krishna only gives us tests which we can, succeed in. So when Durga and Maya attacks us and we become influenced, material desires, or pride, illusion, envy, anger, all these things, we should remember Krishna and start praying, and that helps. Once I was in Passau, and I was trying to say my prasadam, collect something, sell prasadam on the street, and I thought, oh God, yeah, Prabhupada is right. They're all rascals and demons. Nobody takes anything. Rascals and demons. Fools and rascals. I thought, look at them. Fools and rascals everywhere. And then I thought, wait a moment, maybe I'm the fool and rascal. And then I started to pray. Oh, Palatna Singade, please help me. And when I started praying, when I started remembering again Krishna, then it was easy. The people were very nice people came, and it was easy again. And we surrendered to Krishna. And this spiritual strength that we get, that comes from Balarama, that is Rama, the spiritual strength that we need to overcome our conditioned personalities, to get out of mind. We pray to Balarama, please give me the spirit, give me the strength to serve Krishna and you. One time I came to Vrindavan, Bhashishika Prabhu is giving a class, and he said, whenever I chant, it's just oh Krishna, please, I need help. Yes, you always need help. And Balarama is the one who gives us the strength to come to Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Balarama appearance day Mahamosva ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Let's see, you invited me?
Yeah.
Let's see, you invited me? But I can always see you. And coming here. So, but maybe next week, tomorrow we are maybe.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's nice. Very good.
Directly from Linda.
Da ist kein Öl mehr. Eine Lampe.